Hello, welcome to Missing Mouse Podcast. I am your host, Gary Howard. Thank you for joining me. It's a podcast about missing people and unsolved murders. Now, before I start, I'm going to let you know in no way, shape, or form I'm doing this because I think I'll find these people or I think I'll solve these crimes. All I'm doing is putting these names out there, people that I find as I travel around the United States as a truck driver, just put them out there. But no, I do not think that I'm going to solve any of this. But hopefully, maybe one of you people who are listening to this might be able to. But yeah, currently I am in Mississippi, and I'm going to have two cases this week. Just, and I'm on one. I started off with there's really not much information about, so it would have been done in like 5 minutes, and there's nothing I could tell you. But I still want to cover her, and she was missing, went missing in Jackson, Mississippi, where I'm at right now. And as for the other case, it's going to be, I'm going to start right now, is a suspicious death. We really don't know how she passed away. We're talking about Angela Barrentine. She's from Vicksburg, Mississippi. She went missing November 25th, 2004. So, do you know what happened to Angelina Barrentine on Thanksgiving in 2004? Angeline Barrentine was a married mother of one from Vicksburg, Mississippi. She was only 27 years old when she left to make a quick run to the store for cigarettes. She never returned home. Angelina Angela Schultz Shiers Barrentine was born and raised in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Born to Joey and Deborah Schultz, Angela had lived in Vicksburg all her life. She attended St. Annalise Aloysius Vicksburg High School. After she graduated, she enrolled at Hinds Community College. Angela loved NASCAR, baking, good fishing with her little girl Ginger, her daughter, watching pro wrestling, riding horses, and working in the yard. Angela was a hard worker, holding down two different jobs at Morgan's Bestway and Shoney's restaurant. She seems like an amazing woman. I would love to have had the opportunity to hang out with her. Plus the wrestling part, that's what sold me. Angela was also a newlywed. She had married Daniel Barrentine just 3 weeks before her tragic disappearance. The family makes it no secret that Angela struggled with drugs since she was a teenager. Likely knew a lot of shady characters. However, she made the biggest she had the biggest heart and would do anything in the world for her daughter. There was no question that she was an amazing mother who loved her little girl. So the day Angela went missing, Angela was busy preparing dinner when her grandparents stopped by her home the night before Thanksgiving to double check that she was still attending Thanksgiving at their house the next day. She reassured them that she would be there. After they left around 6:30 p.m., Angela decided to make a quick run to the store for cigarettes. Of course, her husband Daniel stayed at home with her daughter Ginger. Angela failed to return home that night and did not show up for Thanksgiving dinner the next day, the dinner that she had reassured her grandparents that she would attend. So I guess she was a woman of her word. If she said she was going to be there, she would be there. So just the night before, her grandparents were immediately concerned and reported her missing. At the time of her disappearance, Angela was 5 foot tall and about 85 pounds. She had black hair, green eyes, and tattoos on her thighs, both ankles, and both shoulders. I'm not for sure what these tattoos may be of, but just look for them. She was wearing a red long sleeve shirt and jeans. Angela Barrentine knew drug users and dealers in Warren and Hinds County, and was confirmed that she was seen with two men in the town of Edwards on November 25th near the roads Belknap and Military Road. Of course, you won't be looking for her because what's about to come up. This was the last known sighting of her. Family and others speculate that she went to Edwards possibly to buy drugs. Angela's mother, Deborah, stated that even if she did do wrong, she's still my daughter, and you don't stop loving your child just because she did something bad. I don't know, being doing drugs, it could have been the weed. I don't know what her drug of choice was. But Angela's husband Daniel was cleared by the police of any involvement in her death. There was also no indications that she would ever run away or in her life because she just loved her daughter so much. Witnesses who saw her on the 25th around noon said that they were told by Angela that she was on her way back home. She had helped some friends move materials in her truck. So, in the months and weeks after Angela's disappearance, Angela's sister, Stacy Hartley, fiercely advocated for her sister. A primary focus for her was the Big Black River, repeatedly and adamantly insisting that the law enforcement search it for Angela. So, on August of 2005, when the water level had dropped 7.5 feet, police could see a vehicle poking up out of the water, and that's where they found Angela's skeletal remains. So I guess there's no tattoo. Remains were found inside her upside-down green and purple 1997 Ford F-150 pickup truck in the river located south of Highway 80 near Kansas City Southern Railroad Bridge at the Warren County Hinds County line. According to the Vicksburg Post, police stated that her truck likely made it into the river by the way of the Warriors Trail roadway, a mile and a mile a mile, half mile upstream. Truck may have floated due to the air inside the cab before it overturned and sank. The location was so isolated that a backhoe had to be used to pull the truck out of the Black River. Angela's remains were sent off to Pearl, Mississippi, which where I'm at right now, actually, Mississippi, to the Rankin County morgue on August 3rd, 2005, where she was examined and positively identified. Angela's death was never ruled an accident or homicide. It was ruled undetermined. But the sheriff, Martin Pace, highly suspected foul play was involved. So where does the case stand today? Evidence in this case was supposedly sent to Mississippi Crime Lab to be tested. Her daughter, Ginger Lewis, however, reports that she is not receiving any answers and the police are not helping. In 2004, Angela's mother, Deborah Cummings, told the Vicksburg Post, "Somebody here knows something and we want somebody to tell us. We would like some answers. We want closure." Advocates of Angela claim that law enforcement are holding the case hostage, not deeming it a cold case seemingly so Ginger nor anyone else can obtain the case files. They claim that it is not a crime case yet. They do have clothing and pubic hair in evidence. It's also written in black and white in newspapers that they sent evidence to the Mississippi Crime Lab. The Mississippi Cold Case Unit has been contacted and they confirmed it is still open and an active case. So they're still looking into it. Interestingly, Hinds County Sheriff's Department claims that there is no case file on Angela and they only assisted Warren County with leads. Edwards Police Department refuses to answer any questions. Warren County Sheriff's Department claims they only helped the Vicksburg Police Department with a missing persons case and never opened a file but refused to answer questions because the case is still open and pending. Clothing and hair evidence was sent to Mississippi Crime Lab, but they claim there is no evidence. The Vicksburg Police Department only has a missing person report. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation Cold Case Unit says the case is still open and refuses to release any information to family or private investigators that could help bring a resolution or closure to the family. Advocates of Angela are asking for your help. They are requesting that you email the Warren County Sheriff's Department and ask them, here's some questions you could ask them. Who is the active investigator of Angela Barrentine's case? No investigator has been identified in 18 years. Second question, who is the case? Why is the case still open if it hasn't been solved in almost 20 years and there have been no leads that anyone knows of in all these years? Question 3, if the case is not being investigated at any time, why is it not a cold case or closed? Makes you wonder, why do they seem not to want anyone to have access to this? Fourth question, why do they seem to not want anyone to have access to the case files so citizens, detectives, or cold case units can assist with an investigation to solve her case? Also, why won't they allow anyone to help with the investigation? 5, why will they not give Ginger back her mother's items? They have their possession, photos, keys, sunglasses, among other possessions belongs to Angela. The autopsy reports say that there were photos attached, but when Ginger received the autopsy just recently, there was no photos that came with it. There are the autopsy photos. Where are the autopsy photos? Nobody knows. It don't sound like it sounds like they're covering up something, really. The phone number to the Warren County Sheriff's Department is 636-1761. Letters should be addressed to Martin Pace Jr., 1000 Grove Street, Vicksburg, Mississippi, 39183. You can email him at warrencounty__s@yahoo.com or go to co.warren.ms.us/contact us. Angela Barrentine, her daughter Ginger, deserves justice. Ginger deserves to answer the truth and to be able to start healing. She is begging for her mom's case and evidence to be re-examined. So she went missing on November 24, 2004. She was found on August 2nd, 2005. The date of death was considered November 25th, 2004, that following day. She was born February 5th, 1977. At the age where it happened, she was 27. Like I said, she's white Caucasian, female, 5 foot tall, 85 pounds. But they did find her, and they are not doing nothing. Why would not what's going on here? If it's a cold case, shouldn't they just release the information to cold case files? Let investigators just investigate it, or even if you have a public, you know, investigator, why are they keeping everything secret? I don't know, but yeah, them questions can be sent to them, and maybe they might answer you. But right now, who knows what's happened? We just know that a mother of one was found in the river dead, and with no other answers besides that. Now, my second case I want to cover, and since I am in Jackson, Mississippi, or Pearl, Mississippi, I initially found this one because I'm going to try to do cases of these missing unsolved cases in the area that I'm at, but I couldn't really find one. I know a case that happened here of a civil rights person who had got murdered, but there's just too much to cover right now. Eventually, I will cover that. So, but we're talking about Micky Colman. She was missing in Jackson, Mississippi, January 7th, 1999. Micky Colman was last seen in Jackson, Mississippi. Unfortunately, there are few details available in Micky's case. All we know is that Micky was last seen in Jackson, Mississippi on January 7th, 1999. She has not been seen or heard of since. And unlike the other one where I got kind of sidetracked, talking about looking for her, and they found her in the river, they still do not know where Micky is at. But where the case stands today, Micky has remained missing for more than 22 years with no clues as to what happened to her. And where she went, unfortunately, the lack of reporting in this case leaves us with more questions than answers to the truth in her disappearance. At the time of her disappearance in 1999, Micky was described as 26 years old, African American woman with black hair and brown eyes. She was 5 foot tall, 5 foot tall, and weighed approximately 120 pounds. Micky has her name Micky, M-I-C-K-Y, tattooed on one of her arms, so you might be looking for that, and has another tattoo on one of her legs. I'm not for sure what that, but if you have any questions on this case, if you know anything, if you have any information regarding Micky's disappearance and her whereabouts, please contact the Lee County Sheriff's Office at 601-267-7361. Yeah, her information is she went missing January 7th, 1999. Her birthday was January 11th, 1973. Her current age right now will be 51. Age of her disappearance was 25. Now, she does have a name is filed, which is MP408. It says African American female, 5'5", 120 pounds, and black hair. So there you have it. And as for timeline, I get this uncovered. There's a cold case app information. All it has, a lot of times they have a complete rundown of the day, but on here it just says Micky was last seen somewhere in Jackson, Mississippi. That is it. And as sources, there's not much, just news articles. But yeah, if you know anything about who may have killed, where Micky may be at, or what happened to Angela, please contact the people that I gave you information about, and also all information, pictures of them will be on my social media page of Missing Mel on my Facebook group. But anyhow, if you found that interesting and you know anything, please rate and review and show friends. Maybe your friends might know some information about this. But either way, just spread the case, get the names out. Like I said, I am not trying to say I will solve this case or I'm going to find these missing people. I'd be a fool to say anything like that. All I'm doing is putting the names out, and hopefully I might be able to do a little bit of good to solve these crimes and find these people. But missingmiles70 at gmail.com, you can send me any kind of cases that you might want me to cover. Also, you can listen to my Truck Stop Murder and True Crime podcast, which today I'm putting on an episode. It was a crazy one out of Turkey, Texas, but you just do not want to be looking at this man's cooler. Also, I like to talk about before I get out of here is the True Crime podcast and Paranormal Festival. It will be held in Denver, Colorado. There's going to be a lot of podcasts there. A lot of time there's going to be Julie Murray. She's been there the last 3 years. That's the sister of Maura Murray. But yeah, the dates are July 12th to 14th in Denver, Colorado at the Denver Marriott Westminster. So what is the purpose of the True Crime Paranormal Festival is to allow you, the listeners, to meet and interact your favorite podcasters and content creators. Who knows, you might even find some new favorite ones. The festival features live recordings of podcast episodes, including many crossover collaborations you won't hear anywhere else. Like me, which if nothing changes, I'll be doing a panel with Nina Instead from Already Gone Podcast, which I'm excited about. She's a wonderful woman. She makes murder sound pleasant. Go listen to her. You can also enjoy a lively panel discussion, which I said where podcasters pull back the curtain for a unique view into the creation of a show. Past topics have included how podcasters select their cases, the ethics of amateur investigation, and the importance of diversity, inclusivity. We are also excited to add paranormal cases to our paranormal roundtable athletes. So yeah, if you like to something like that, that's funny. It's a lot cheaper than CrimeCon. I know CrimeCon has gotten insane prices. I was listening to Lamont at Large, and he was saying that right now, they're like, if you want to go, there's like $400, but for half the price, you could come here. And I'm going to talk about the top 10 podcasters who's going to be there. There's just Voices of Justice, Crime Weekly. Now, some of these are YouTube channels. Crime Weekly, Big Meg True Crime Podcast. Also, Canadian True Crime be there. And Media Pressure, that's with the More About Maura Murray. Seriously Mystery. If you like John Lorden, there you go. And three more. Generation Y is going to be there. Last year they were there, but they did not promote. Wine and Crime and the Fall. Wine and Crime and the Fall Line. There's a bunch of other ones like True Crime Bullshit. I've seen him Trailwind Code, Crime Line Consequences. I'm going to go through some Crime with My Coffee Vanish podcast. The Asian Madness podcast. So there you go. Crew Brew Crime. Me, I'll be there. Beyond the Rainbow. Already Gone. That's the one I was telling you about. And a bunch more. And of course, it's ran by my friend Lainey Hobbs, who has her own podcast, True Crime Cases with Lainey. Also, she does a paranormal one called, let me see, it's Haunted, So What? I believe what it is called. I don't know. But anyhow, enough of that. Would love to see you there. Like I said, half the price of CrimeCon, and the podcast, the entertainment is just as good there. Hope to see you there. But in the meantime, please stay safe.